Hey there. So I just happen to know the best kept time management secret in the entire world. You want to know what it is? All right, here goes. Time management is actually mind management. The single most important thing that you can learn about managing your time effectively is that time management actually means managing your mind. That means your mindset, the cognitive, emotional, and neurological processes that drive your decision making engine. Today, I'm going to talk more about my best time management tip and why mindset management is so important in the context of time management. First, I should probably explain why I teach and preach that time management is actually mind management. So, here's the thing about time. It is linear, it's immutable and continuous, unless, of course, you're Marty McFly or the doc. But the clock keeps ticking regardless of what we as humans think, say, or do. And what that actually means is that we can't manage time per se. What we can do is manage ourselves in the context of time. Here's an example. Let's say you have some marketing copy to write and you've scheduled yourself an hour to get it done. Now, are you managing time during that hour? Are you actually managing the clock? No, you're actually managing yourself in relation to the clock. You know how much time you have to complete the task, and hopefully, you'll work to keep your mindset in a focused, motivated state so that you finish the task in or before the allotted amount of time. Time management, it's a myth. What we refer to as time management is actually mind management, mindset management in disguise. But because we all kind of know it as time management, I'll continue to refer to it here as time management. As a time management and productivity coach for small business owners and solopreneurs, I talk to and work with a lot of people who have time management struggles. And here are some interesting stats about that. More than 90% of the people that I talk to are struggling with time management because of mindset issues. Less than 10% of the people I talk to and work with just need help with the logistical part of managing their time. That's things like creating and implementing a time management system, setting and planning for goals, organizing to dos and action items, scheduling their time effectively, and managing distractions and interruptions. Now, do some of those folks, that 90%, do they also need help with the logistical side of time management? Absolutely. And I help them with those things because that's about 20% of effective, what we call time management. But the other 80%, mind management. At the end of the day, a schedule or a plan is only as good as your ability to execute it. And execution comes down to mindset. Here are just a few of the mindset factors that can impact your execution, which means they impact your ability to manage your time effectively. Things like overwhelm, procrastination, perfectionism, self doubt, fear of failure, indecision, overthinking, people pleasing, and low motivation. See, these are all cognitive, emotional, or mindset issues that impact your ability to execute on the things that you know you need to do, thereby impacting your time management. So you can see again why I teach and preach that time management is actually mind management. Oh, and by the way, getting yourself to set up and regularly use a calendar, a planner, an app that's designed to help you capture your to do list, that is also a mindset issue because that involves doing the work and keeping yourself motivated to stay consistent with using those logistical aspects of time management. So, just another way that you guessed it, time management is actually mind management. Something I want to emphasize here is that mindset challenges are totally normal. Something that I see happen sometimes with people is that they're aware of the mindset issues that are impacting their ability to manage their time effectively so that they can get stuff done. So they have that awareness. They understand that, wow, I'm getting overwhelmed or intimidated, or I'm doubting myself here. I'm fearing the rejection or the failure that might come as a result of me taking action. The awareness is there, but they start criticizing themselves, judging themselves, feeling guilty because they're having these mindset issues. And all of these issues are a result of totally normal processes in your brain. They don't have to be something that you choose to criticize yourself over. They don't have to be something that you make yourself feel bad about just for experiencing. Because guess what? Every other human being on the planet has experienced all of these emotions at one time or another. Experiencing these kinds of emotions and mindset issues doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're not cut out to be a business owner. And it also doesn't mean that you should have fixed it by now or figured out how to get past it by now, right? So, this is something that is normal in our brain and it's totally possible to manage. We just aren't taught how to do it in school, along with the reading, writing, arithmetic, and all the other stuff. So, what it does mean is that more than likely, you just have a normal brain that's operating on autopilot. And here's the amazing news: it's totally possible to learn how to switch your brain off of that autopilot and start manually managing your cognitive emotional processes so that you can improve your time management. You can improve your execution skills so that at the end of the day, you can get more done in less time and make more money. Like I just said, no matter what mindset issues you're facing, there is hope. And I want to explain why. I want to actually talk a little bit about the brain and these two different parts of your brain that a lot of times are kind of at odds with each other in your head. And this happens every single day. It's a totally normal process. So, first, I want to talk about a part of your brain called the toddler brain. You may have also heard it referred to as the Cro Magnon brain, the caveman brain, the survival brain. I like toddler brain because to me, I'd rather deal with a toddler than a caveman, but that's just me. Okay, so your toddler brain has three main objectives. Number one, to keep you safe. Number two, to maintain the status quo, so keep everything the same as it is right now. And number three, to expend as little energy as possible. The wild thing about this toddler part of your brain is that in terms of sending off like the danger alarms, the alarm bells in your head, this part of your brain really can't distinguish between the level of actual danger that's present when you're, for example, being chased by a bear versus when you're about to speak in public, like give a speech. So, to this part of your brain, those two scenarios can feel equally as frightening. And that's one of the reasons why we experience tons of crushing fear around doing normal everyday things that intellectually we think, well, I should be able to do this, right? It's because there's this normal process taking place in your brain. You can kind of think of this toddler part of your brain as your brain's autopilot. And if you allow your brain to run on autopilot, that toddler is going to start making decisions in your life and in your business. If your toddler brain is confronted with the idea of completing a big project, it might throw up overwhelm. Or if you're worried about the quality of your work, that it's not going to be good enough, your toddler brain might encourage you to engage in perfectionistic tendencies. I could totally go on, but you can probably see that those are all mindset issues that impact your ability to execute and thereby your ability to manage your time effectively. The second part of your brain that I just want to touch on super briefly, because it's kind of a topic for another day, is called your prefrontal cortex. And your prefrontal cortex is kind of like the adult in the room that has the ability to come in, manage the situation, make decisions using critical thinking, and kind of quiet the toddler brain. Like I said, that's kind of a topic for another video, but for now, just know that it is totally possible to soothe and quiet that toddler brain so that it's not the one making decisions in your life and your business. My best time management tip as a time management and productivity coach is that time management is actually mind management. The best thing you can do to improve your time management skills is to develop the cognitive and emotional skills that will help you manage your mindset effectively so that you can manage yourself more effectively in the context of time. Just a quick recap of the 4 points in today's video. Number one, time management is a myth. Rather than managing time, we can actually manage ourselves in the context of time. Time management issues are often mind management issues in disguise. It's totally normal to have mindset challenges, and it's also possible to overcome them. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video today. My name is Amy Shield, and I'm a time management and productivity coach for small business owners and solopreneurs. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye bye.